Hello, everybody. It's Mindy, and it's Wednesday. It's Whip and Chat Day. So here we are. Let's go whip and chat. All right. So you're going to be with me on an embellishment tour here because I've decided I am going to embellish her glasses some. There is a crystal in here a little bit. I think this is this, that's not the glasses over here. What is this? Is this under her eye? Why do we have crystals under her eye? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite certain what I'm doing here. I was using, let me see, I'll tell you. I was using 742. This color right here, I was using in the hair. Now, I could also use both of these colors in the glasses. They're both ABs. I use them both in the glasses. I could add some orange, like, where would I put the orange? The glasses are really not all that orange. I mean, unless you do the outer part here, like this S, but that doesn't go everywhere. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's start with this one right here. Let's start with the 742. I'm going to put the 742 down for the ones. Let's start there. Okay, let's just start with that. And we'll see what happens after that. See what we think about it after I put these ABs down. Oh boy, right? I don't know. No, I want 742. Which one was I going to do? 742 for the ones, or 740. Now I want to do 741. Okay, this is the regular drill. Hang on. Let's reverse. Reverse, back up. Let's back up. Let's not put any regular drills down yet. Let's work on this AB. Okay, let's go to this. 741 is the little arrows. Okay, let's do the arrows. Let's do the arrows where the glasses are. Let's start with that and see what we think. Okay? Whew, I'm telling you, this is why I don't embellish much. It gets me all confuddled and confused, and I don't like it. It's so much easier to just, put drills down according to what the color tells you to put them down as, right? Anyhow, we're gonna work on this for a little bit. I gotta stay just in the glasses. If there are ones other places, I don't want to put AB on them unless I'll come to that later. All right, right now we're just doing the frame of the glasses. That's it, just the frame, please. All right, so now that I at least know what I'm doing for a minute or two, I can talk to you about other things besides this painting. We did have our live on Saturday night. Kara and I were there. Brandy had something come up she had to take care of. So Kara and I were there live, and Kara gave away her prize. She showed what her prize was. A beautiful Katrina Coltes from Craftably, and we picked a winner, and I think our winner already knows. I hope our winner has contacted Kara. I'm sure she probably has, but so yeah, week 1, we gave away our prize. Week 1 was actually, we just let it run for 2 weeks. There was no like week 1 and week 2. It was just week 1. And I think I'm putting these on the wrong color. I am. I just did those all on the wrong symbol, you guys. What is wrong with me? I put them on the ones. I don't want them on the ones. I want them on the arrows. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? These go on the arrows. Okay. We'll just slide them on over onto the arrows. Slide on to the arrows. To the arrows. To the arrows. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, you guys, it's why I don't do this very often. Let's not embellish, Mindy. Let's not do it. Okay? Let's not. Oh boy. Anyhow, yeah, we gave away our first week prize, which was week 1 and 2 combined. And the post is up for week 3. Technically, it's the 3rd week, but it's our 2nd prize. Okay? Got to follow along with it. I know it sounds a little tricky. It's technically the 3rd week. We've been working on things, but it's our 2nd week for prizes. So this week is Brandy's week to give away a prize. There is a new post, so please, go post for this week a progress picture. Show us how it's coming. How's it coming along? What's it looking like? All that good stuff. And we will be pulling a winner on Saturday from this week's post. All right? That seems pretty simple now. Got it? Got it. If only this was simple. This is not simple. Why it's not simple, I don't know. I just can't seem to remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. Why is it so confusing? I don't know. I don't know. All right, but now the ones are showing, and the ones are 742, right? I'm working with 741. Okay, we got this right now. We got it right. Anyhow, that's what's happening. We had fun. Kara hung out the whole time, and we just chit-chatted and talked about things, and we had a good time. So if you missed the live, you can always go back and watch it later, because we did have fun. We talked about stuff, and we have a good time when we're together. It's kind of fun to watch on replay. And then tune in on Saturday, this coming Saturday, for another live. And I think all 3 of us will be there this time. All 3 of us. All together now. All together now. So we'll have a good time. And we'll give away another prize. So there's that. All right. On to other things. What else do we have to talk about? Let's talk about life. Life was a busy week, a very busy week. Last week, the kids, his daughter's kids, the grandkids, some of the grandkids, they were out of school. I mean, all the kids are out of school now, but the whole daycare thing happening again, right? So last week, they didn't have any extracurricular activities. So we had them on Monday. No, we had them on Tuesday. Last Tuesday, when I was here recording my WIP and chat, they were here. Yes. So we had them last Tuesday and we had them last Thursday, all day. All day. Now, this week, school has started. They're in school in the morning until after lunchtime, and they get fed lunch. So, yay, right? And we'll have them for a couple hours on Monday and Thursday. Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. Okay, now, since I have this color out, look, up here in her eye, we have crystals, and I mean, there's already crystals in her eye. Do I want ABs in her eye too? I don't know. I really don't know if that makes any sense. Should we do that or not do that? So that's all I have in the glasses right now, making it special. You know what I mean? Special. Let me see something. Let's look at the next section and see if this S, because this S runs along the bottom of the glasses, but not everywhere. And it doesn't appear on the top of the glasses. I was just wondering if I could use some of that orange. What about the 2s? No, the twos aren't in the glasses, except for in the center of the glasses. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's all I'm going to do. Just rim it with the AB and go back to, see, this is her hair. So here in the hair, I have to do what I was doing before. Oh boy. Anyhow, yeah, so we'll have them for a couple hours on Mondays and a couple of hours on Thursdays. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Let's do what I know is her hair. Okay, because her hair, it's red here and it comes down. This is her ear. So it comes down around her eye. This is all hair. And then it comes down here and goes around her earring. This is hair. Let's do the hair. Because I know what I'm doing for the hair. For the hair, we were doing number 1. Right? Which is 742. Yep. So let me do the ones in her hair. Not in the glasses, but in her hair. Let's do the hair. Once I get the hair in place, then I think it might be easier to tell what's going on here. What's going on? And this orange in the hair is not going to continue at the top because it changes to reddish hair at the top, not orange. Now, what are those spots, though? What are those little dots right there? There's like 4 or 5 little dots right there. That's not hair. That's like a glow under her eye. It's like she's got purple eyeshadow under her eye, and then it fades out to this yellow here. Okay, okay, I'm just going to do them. I'm just going to do all the ones as AB. Why not? Why not? I mean, I know that's hair. It's hard to figure out what's the hair and what's not the hair. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is comical, interesting. Me trying to figure out what's what here. I know what I've done so far is truly her hair. This is all hair. Okay? All the way up it keeps going, the hair. Because up here it turns red. So right there is the end of that color that's in the hair. All right. So that's the color I was using in the hair. And then it had the H, which is the crystal, which is what was charted. Now, do I just do the AB through here? This is under her eye, truly. I don't think I want her eye to be glowy, although there's crystals in it. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the crystals. Are you enjoying being here for my thought process and my planning process? Because you're planning this with me. I mean, I'm planning it. I'm just questioning everything I'm doing at this point, and you guys are along. Once you see the video, it will be too late for you to comment and tell me what I should have done. But, you know, I'm just going to figure it out as I go here. All right. So anyhow, they were here Monday, like I said, for a couple hours. But we went and picked them up. They get dropped off where they live, and we picked them up about 12:15. And since they already had lunch, Dale and I, we went and we got lunch. We had Burger King, and it was almost like they were kind of like, well, we're not getting anything? No, you just ate lunch. You just ate lunch before you left school. They had pizza. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. You had pizza. You're good, right? And then we went to Meijer. This is hair down here, so I know I can do this part. we went to Meijer and I got my birthday present. Yeah. We were there one day last week and we were buying some flowers, and Dale spied something he knew I'd been looking for. So I had a nice big spinner, like a wind spinner, in my flower bed out by the road. Well, it stopped spinning, because as all like outdoor ornamental things do, they don't last forever. They rust, they fade, they, just stop working. You can only do so much for so long. Dale's really good at like repairing things and fixing things up. But that spinner just it bit the dust. It truly just, it bit the dust. Okay. So I wanted a new spinner, and he saw one when we were there, and he didn't really say anything about it. I think his thought was he was just going to go back and get one, but he didn't make it back there to get one. So anyhow, we stopped at Meijer, got a spinner, all that stuff, and it's really pretty. It's really cool. I should have gone outside last night to look at it. We decided to put the new one up here by the house where we could see the new one, because there is another one up here which is getting older, and we decided to take that one out by the road. It still works. It lights up. It has a light. It lights up and it does spin. It's just fading. So we took that one out by the road and put the new one up here by the house. So tonight I need to remember, go out and look at the spinner and see how pretty it is. So instead of having like a big ball, which a lot of them have a big ball in the center, like a stake wood that you'd put in the ground light. Well, this one has fairy lights all over it because it's a sunflower, you guys. It's a sunflower. And so in the center of the sunflower, all around the sunflower is fairy lights. So it should be so pretty when it lights up, all these little fairy lights on it. But I forgot to go out and look at it last night. We had it up and charging and everything, but I forgot to go look at it. So anyhow, I'll have to do that tonight. Go out and see the pretty new light. And it spins and, it should be really pretty. So that was my birthday present from Dale. Thank you, honey. And then, of course, he bought all the flowers, too. All the flowers. We've been planting flowers for days. I still have more flowers to plant. We're not done. Because, I have lots of containers, lots of pots, lots of places I put flowers. I have some things out front I need to plant. I have some pots that we put on the mailbox I need to put flowers in. I'm not done. I'm just not done. But the thing of it is, you don't have to rush it. It doesn't all have to be done at once. I do a little bit here, a little bit there. Yesterday I potted a couple things, planted a couple of different places. Today it's hot. Today I don't feel like being outside. I did go out and get my zinnias out. I've been bringing them out every day and letting them sit out. The greenhouse gets really hot and they wilt super, super easily in the greenhouse. So I bring them outside. And plus, you're supposed to do something called hardening them off. You harden off the plants. Got to get them a little tougher. Get them ready for outdoors, So they get out in the wind and the sun and the nature and, So I keep them up off the ground so that, all those little critters, like usually the rabbits, can't get into them. So I'm keeping them up on top of some stuff. But I go out every day and I take them out. I water them. And then in the evening I go and I put them back in. But I've got to get them planted. They've got to go in the ground. And I did something this year that I haven't done before, although I knew I was supposed to. I've learned I'm supposed to, but I haven't done it. And that's called pinching. Pinching your little seedlings. When they get to a certain height and they've got several sets of leaves, you're supposed to go and like pinch off or cut off the tops. Above another set of leaves, you're supposed to just cut off the top sets of leaves, because what it does is it makes them sprout more than one stem. Because when they first start growing, you get a stem, and then you get leaves coming off that stem. But when you pinch them, it makes them get more bushy and have more blooms. So it's hard to do, to go out there with this little seedling that you've been growing and cut it back. But I did it. I did it. And I was looking at them yesterday, and I was like, oh, look at that one's got 3 sprouts coming out of it now, which is exactly the point. It's exactly what's supposed to happen. They bush out more, and they'll have more blooms. So I did it. I did it. But it's time to get them in the ground. If it would cool off, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow. And I don't know if it's going to cool off tonight. I'm thinking that maybe tonight I could get out there and plant the zinnias. It's only 3 little rows of zinnias. Well, it's probably going to be more than that. It's 3 trays of zinnias. Let's put it that way. It's 3 trays. So I got to get them in the ground so they can really start flourishing, right? So hopefully it will be cooler later. Cool off a little bit, and I can go out and plant. The problem doing it during the day is it's just right in the sun. It's just full sun just beating down on you. And it's hot and sunny, and I don't want to do it. So hopefully tonight, before it rains tomorrow. That would be perfect, right? Get them in the ground before rain tomorrow. That would be an excellent idea. Excellent idea. All right. So we're still working on hair here. We're working on hair. Oh, now it's sticky drill time. And I'm not going to deal with sticky drills right now. We're not dealing with sticky drills. We're going to use ones that are in the bag. And I don't know how many more places I have to use this color. Over there on that side where she has hair, for sure. I can see some up here in the flower up there. There's more for sure. So I'm trying to use every single one of them, even the sticky ones. I have used a lot of the sticky ones. They're the tray's getting empty. Let me just say that. Getting down to just a few. But there still are some in there. So that's planting life, garden life, all that fun stuff. Dale's still taking care of cows and horses. I think he's kind of getting tired of taking care of cows and horses at this point. But every morning he has to go down and feed the horses. He has to keep an eye on the cows. Yesterday? No, it was the day before. He spent several hours moving the line, the hot wire that keeps them in, because what the farmer does is he sections it off, this big field. He just sections it off. They don't have access to the whole thing at once. So as one part gets eaten down a little bit, then he'll move this wire, this line, and open up a new section for them to get into. So that's what Dale did the other day. And it's the first time he's ever had to do that. He said it wasn't fun. Today he went and fixed the vacuum cleaner for him over at the home and mowed over there. He planned this out. He planned it out. Mow today on Tuesday. It's supposed to rain on Wednesday. Get it mowed today. Farmer will be home on Thursday. And then they have an inspection or something on Friday. So it'll be all nice and neat and pretty for the inspection and all that stuff. And Thursday wasn't going to be a good day to do it anyhow, because he knew that we'd have the kids for part of the day. Boy, I'm telling you, planning, so difficult. Why? Why is planning so difficult? There's a real finesse to it, apparently, right? A real finesse, getting everything lined up the way it needs to be. All right, so Sunday, Saturday was my birthday. And I know I've mentioned it's also my niece's birthday in June, my daughter's birthday in June, Father's Day, a lot of stuff happening here in June. So we did one big June celebration. Had it at our house. It was a taco spread, and everybody came over, and we just celebrated everything. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was nice, peaceful, just hanging out, which is really nice to do. I played a mean game of chutes and ladders. I won. I didn't think I was going to win because I couldn't get the right number to get to the last space, but I ended up winning. To the chagrin of my opponent, who did not like the fact that I won. But, it is what it is. You gotta play the game the way it plays, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Yep, I was a winner that day. Anyhow, after the chutes and ladders game, Dale has acquired a cornhole game. If you don't know what cornhole is, just look it up. Cornhole is like you got these bean bags and you throw them across into a board that has a hole in it. All right. You can play two people, you can play teams. We did both. For a minute, it was, who was it? Just me and Josh? I think, I don't know. And then Jackson got in on it. And then the next thing you know, Dale's out there, and Shannon and Devin, and we're all playing cornhole. And then we all kind of got tired. I played so much cornhole. Throwing those bean bags, you got to throw them quite a distance. 20, Dale measured it all out, even 22 feet, 25 feet, I don't know, something like that. But man, that took a toll on my shoulder. That was killing my arm after a while because I did it for a long time. So thankfully, there were other people out there. We just kind of rotated through different people. We never really kept score for an entire game to have one team be a winner. We just kept rotating through, and it was just for fun. You know what I mean? Funniest thing is, Jackson, being the youngest and the littlest and all that, he was having some struggles with it. We let him have a handicap. He got to move up. Then he got better at it, of course. He got to where he was getting it up on the board more often than not, Then he manages to hit a chicken. Of all the people to actually hit something that's just moving through the playing field, he managed to hit a chicken with a beanbag. Or barely hit it, or something. We all laughed at that. And then a little while later, who comes plodding through but Smokey? I'll give you one guess what happened. Jackson got Smokey. And Smokey just did this, a leap like no other, and just come running. And he came running right towards where I was standing. And I don't know how he managed to do it, but he ran right between my legs, right between my feet. I'm like, okay. Oh, boy. After we got tired of that, though, because we all did get tired of playing cornhole, then Josh had got out one of our little footballs, the kind that has like the foam, like almost looks like a dart on the end of it, the little feather type things on the end. Josh had out this little football, so we kind of started throwing the football around. And that wasn't good enough. So Dale goes into the garage and he gets out another foam football and a frisbee and just a literally a foam ball. And it just became a free-for-all. A complete free-for-all. People throwing stuff every which way at whoever. You know, I can't tell you the amount of times, and it was just me, really, that a ball would go whizzing right in front of my face or right under my chin. Like, if I would have been any closer, it would have just biffed me right in the face. It must have happened 5 times. And Shannon seemed to see it every single time. And she just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I know, right? What is with this? I felt like I was like a target or something. But that was what it became. It just became like this weird version of like dodgeball with multiple implements flying your way. And it was like every man for themselves. And if you get hit in the back of the head, hey, you should have paid more attention. It was crazy. I don't even know how long that went on. That went on for a long time. And it was just like, it was fun. It was actually a good time. But Dale and I, the next day, we got up on Monday morning and we were like, I'm tired. I'm tired, right? I mean, we were feeling it, We're both 65 now, We're not spring chickens, and here we are out here running around, chasing frisbees, chasing balls, running from things. Frisbee got stuck in the tree no less than 3 or 4 times. And so, the method for getting things unstuck from the tree, right? You got to throw more stuff in the tree to get it down. That worked a few times, but the last couple times it was in there, it was stuck really good. It was stuck really good. It required getting out some other implements to help free the frisbee from the tree. Anyhow, it was fun. We were tired the next day, I will tell you. We didn't do much that day. We just kind of, yeah, we did. We had the kids. Yes, we did. We had the kids. Oh, I forgot. That was just yesterday. It was just yesterday. Oh my gosh. Oh, anyhow, good times. Oh, another really funny thing that happened is Shannon had bubbles. Jackson got bubbles out of the car. And Shannon had the bubble thing, the big wand, the big long wanded ones, the long wands. And she had it up to her face, and she was just getting ready to blow through the thing to blow the bubbles out. And I hit the wand with a ball right in front of her face. The wand goes flipping. At least she didn't drop the bubbles. The wand went flipping and the soap went flying, and it's like, and I thought her and I, both of us, were just gonna like pee our pants. I mean, we were bent over, like literally bent over, laughing hysterically. I'm surprised we didn't like really pee our pants. But it was fun. It was a good time. Let me just say, it was a good time. All right. Good times had by all. Gosh, what else has happened? What else has happened? It seems like so much has happened in just the last several days, Oh, I know what happened. Oh, hang on. I was thirsty. I needed a drink. Yesterday, the kids love to get out the bikes. There's 3 bikes. So there's a bike for each of them. They're riding bikes. I was out front, planting. Okay? They're just riding their bikes, and they go down the driveway. They do go out on the road because, I mean, we don't have much traffic in the road, and they've learned to watch for cars or whatnot, But because we have the U driveway, a lot of times they just go out one driveway, down the road, and up the other driveway, something like that. Anyhow, I heard like this yelling. And at first I thought it was just kids yelling at each other. That was my first thought. They're just yelling at each other about something. until the tone changed. The tone changed, and then it became more, no, those are screams, like screaming out, yelling out, you know? And so I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I head across the front of the house over to the driveway to see a pile of bikes in the driveway and two children yelling at each other, crying, frantic, screaming, holding body parts, etc., etc. I'm like, oh Lord, what happened? I mean, we've had kids fall before on the bikes, but how do we have two at the same time? Apparently, they were both riding their bikes in the driveway and they were coming towards each other. And they both yelled at the other one to move. And neither one of them moved. So they literally ran right into each other. Boom! And crashed. Popped the tire on the little girl bike. I don't know if it did any other damages because at this point, I mean, I don't know. So crying and bleeding and scrapes and wounds and all the fun stuff. Yeah. So I get them inside and they're both still mad at each other. They're both blaming the other one, you know. Well, you didn't move. Well, you didn't. I told you to move. Well, you know, just blame, 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 blame. And I'm like, you know, we had to have a big conversation with them about, listen, you can't just tell someone to move and expect that they're going to just automatically move. If they don't move, then you should be smart enough to move out of the way yourself, right? Anyhow, got everybody all cleaned up. The little girl, she's got more wounds than anybody. She's got both knees, her hand, an arm. The older one, he's got literally a minor scrape on his lower leg. Minor. If anybody was hurt worse, it was her. But got them all cleaned up. Dale was just furious. He was like, that is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, blah, 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 you know? And of course, still trying to defend themselves that it wasn't their fault. Well, it was. It was both your faults because you were both just not smart enough to want to move out of the way. I just can't believe you just run right into each other. Anyhow, yep, we got to explain that to their mom when they got here, when she got here. That's fun. I mean, kids are kids. We get it. But, you know, come on. Come on. You got to use some common sense, you know? It's like you're going down the road and there's a car in your lane coming at you. You're just going to yell at them and hope they move? You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that was fun. That was fun. Today's fun and excitement is my cat, Mr. Smokey. Mr. Smokey. He has been a pill lately. He's funny. He's interesting. I couldn't find him last night. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to save the result of where I found this cat last night. Because I did film a little clip and it's going to go in like the next crafty vlog. I might actually do it as a short. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might do it as a short and put it in a crafty vlog. Why not? But I'm going to keep that a little secret for now. Yeah. But I was just like, I was flabbergasted where I found the cat. I was like, what a knucklehead. What a knucklehead he is. He's a knucklehead, I swear. Crazy boy. Today, they all went outside this morning and they all promptly came back in because, you know, it was hot. The boys are back outside right now. Misty is in. She would stay in all the time. She just wouldn't care. She would stay in. But The boys are out. That is not even what's supposed to go there. There's an orange drill here. It was upside down in a spot where it doesn't even belong. It's an orange drill, and the spot that it was on is red. And I better do it right now, or I will forget. Do I have a red one in here? I thought I had a red one sitting in this tray. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, you're not red, are you? Are you red? Nope. Not red. Okay, let me just find the right color. Let me just find one of the correct color. Otherwise, I'm going to forget it's there and I'll miss it. You know what I mean? So, since Dale was over doing all this other stuff, working, earning some money, got to give him that. He's making some money. I recorded a video. I edited and uploaded a video. Then I went out to the kitchen to clean up the rest of like the big dishes, the pots and pans and stuff. We had some leftover stuff I had to clean up anyhow. So I'm cleaning, and I'm cleaning, and I'm cleaning. Okay, now I need to decide what to do. Here's the glasses. Here's the glasses. I'll make a decision later. Let's move on to a different color. Let's just move on to a different color. I'll look at this again later. So I'm cleaning, and Smokey loves to walk up to you. Or me. Let me rephrase that. He loves to walk up to me. And he just reaches his paw out and he like taps me on the leg. Taps me. Taps me. And that is his way of telling me he wants attention. He wants me to pick him up. Okay? So that's what I do then. I pick him up. So I picked him up. I held him for a while. Rubbed his ears. You know, gave him some attention. Put him down. Went back to emptying the dishwasher or whatever I was doing. He comes back. Tap. Tap. Okay. And if I don't do something, then he gets more aggressive. You know, like claws will come out. So I pick him up again. I did that like 3 times. And he still wasn't satisfied. And I'm like, what do you want? So then I started kind of playing with him with my foot. Like, you know, nudging him with my foot and doing things like that. And then apparently he thought, okay, well, we're going to play. Now we're going to really get to it. We're going to play. And then he just started getting wild and crazy. And I'm like, no, go away. No. And then I looked at him. I looked down at him. I said, no. I'm like, no, right? And he looked at me, and I could tell in an instant what was about to happen. He was going to jump at me, which I don't know why he was going to do that. He has never done it before, but I knew it was coming, and he was just going to leap at me. So I was ready for him. I was prepared, and sure enough, it's exactly what he did. He leaped right at me, and I had both hands in front of me, and I just blocked him, and I knocked him to the floor. And then he was kind of like, oh, well, that wasn't what I expected. That wasn't supposed to happen. Then he took off and he left me alone. I don't know what his issue was. He was just like, he was, maybe because his brother was outside. He didn't really have anybody to rustle and tussle with this morning. I don't know. Because normally, when they get up, we all get up, the boys tussle around, they run around, they chase each other around the house. They do, you know, they do some crazy stuff. And then we put them outside because, you know, okay, now we've had enough. Now we go outside. But that didn't happen this morning. His brother went outside. They all went outside right away. And I think he was just ready to tangle with somebody. And it just happened to be me because his brother wasn't here to do that with. And his sister would have been like, I don't think so. I mean, she does once in a while, but not that often. She's not into the whole rough and tumble thing a whole lot. I think I was just the one that was there. I was the person that was there, and he was ready to roll, and there I was. So, yeah. But I got him good, though. I just knocked him right to the ground, like, oh, man. I'm ready for a nap. That's about where I'm at. I'm just ready for a nap. Dale is napping. As far as I know, he's napping. After he got back, we had like leftover stuff from the tacos and stuff. So we had lettuce and we had tomatoes cut up. And so we had salads today. We made salads for lunch, right? Use up some of that stuff that we had. He had his salad, and I was putting the stuff away still. And I was going to go into the bedroom and finish now laundry, because not only do we have clean dishes in the dishwasher, I had pans to wash, I had eggs to put away, I had clean laundry to fold and put away, right? I go into the bedroom to do the laundry. Dale's in there laying down. And I'm like, oh, I thought maybe you'd be in here doing laundry. He's like, yeah, I am doing laundry, can't you tell? I'm like, yep, okay. So he's laying there taking sort of like a little siesta, watching the weather, because, what else does he do but watch the weather? That's all he really watches is the weather. And I folded the clothes. I don't put his clothes away. I fold them, but I don't put them away because, we each have our own system, our own way we like our things to be. And so he can fold mine too, and then I'll put them away. And he does that sometimes. Don't get me wrong and think that I always do all the laundry. I don't. That's not the case. It's what I was going to do today, right? But yeah, I left. I had all the clothes folded. I had mine put away, and he was snoring. Okay. All right. Time for me to go record a WIP and chat. See, it has just been go, 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 go today. It's just been from one thing to another thing to another thing to the next thing. I'm ready to, and I still have to finish reading my book for book club tonight. I am not done with it. There were 2 days this week when I would normally have read before bed that I did not. So I am behind. And then I tried to get Alexa to read it to me because it's on my Kindle. And Alexa's just being a complete doofus today. No matter how I say the name of the book, it's just like it wants me to go buy the book, or it tells me it can't help me with that or whatever. And I'm like, really? Really? Every book I have on Kindle, I can ask you to read and you will read it to me. What is wrong with today? Because I was going to just sit and do some work at the table and crochet and stuff a little bit and let Alexa read the book. It won't do it. I don't know why, but it won't do it. So now I'm going to have to just go physically get my phone and just sit somewhere and read the rest of the book. I've only got about, I don't know, maybe 15 pages to go, but I got to do that before tonight. I got to get that read, or I won't know what we're talking about. Yeah. Always something, folks. There's always something. Life is never dull. Never, ever dull. Well, I think that's it. I don't think there's any more excitement to tell you about. Maybe by the next WIP and chat, because we'll have more days with children, 2 more days with kids. You never know. You never know. Hey, I got to do something that I never do. And that is like just watch a movie. Watched a movie. So after the whole bike crash thing, and Dale's mad. Dale's really upset, because he's like, we're going to get blamed for you guys getting hurt. No. He's mad. So the kids can't ride the bikes. I'm like, all right, everybody just in here and sit down and chill out. And so then very quietly, very sheepishly, the one that didn't get in the crash says, could we watch a movie? And I was like, if you all sit and watch the movie. Sure. So on our TV upstairs, our new TV, it's not new anymore, but it's new. We now have access. We have access to Disney Plus and Netflix. I'm like, all right. So I asked them what they wanted to watch. I told them that we tried to watch Moana 2 the other day when Jackson was here, but I didn't have access to Disney Plus. Well, I do now. I'm not going to tell you how, because, it's probably not kosher. Anyhow, we watched Moana. We watched Moana 2. I had never seen even Moana 1, but we watched Moana 2. And I was excited to watch Moana 2 because, I'll tell you why, I ordered a July Advent, yarn Advent, to open up in the month of July. All right? One little mini hank a day, just like I did for Christmas, the Christmas Advent stuff. So it's a July countdown, and it's going to be part of my Christmas in July. I'm doing Christmas in July. I don't know who I'm going to do Christmas in July with. Probably nobody. Probably just me. I don't know. But there's going to be something Christmas in July. And so I have this countdown, and it's a Moana 2 countdown. So the yarns were inspired by Moana 2, things like that. Well, it came the other day while Jackson was here, and I know how much he loves the movie. I mean, he came with Maui in hand when he came to my house the other day. He's got his little Maui figurine, right? And that's how we were trying to watch Moana the other day, truly, but we couldn't get it. So all of the yarns come, they're all mystery, they're all in little bags, but they all had a little tag on them. The day, what day it is, and a little saying. And in my head, I knew that the little sayings had to be things that were either in the movie, things they said in the movie, song lyrics, something. So I told Jackson, let's play a little game. I'm going to see if you can guess something. And think movies. I'm going to take these out. And I said, and these are all supposed to be like based on a movie that I'm pretty sure you know. All right. And so I started reading like the little names, because she gave each little yarn its own name. And Jackson was getting frustrated because he's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know this one. And I'm like, okay, let's just keep going. We'll just go through all of them. And maybe by the time I tell you all of the names, then all of the things, maybe you'll know. And so when I got to the one that just said Maui, he's like, Moana 2. And I'm like, yep. And so we did take Moana 2, or the Moana one. No, not Moana, Maui. We took the Maui yarn out to see if the Maui yarn looked like Maui. It doesn't. Anyhow, that got us into this whole watching Moana 2 thing, But now that I watched the movie and heard some of the songs, I was like, oh, that's one of the yarns, Or there would be a saying, I'd be like, oh, that's one of the yarns. And, so I recognize a couple of them, and I only watched it once. But I was surprised. I was really surprised that the 3 kids actually sat quietly and watched the movie. For the most part. For most of the movie. And so it was kind of funny. The one that I thought would have sat and watched the movie the longest was the first one that got up. And because Dale was in the office on the computer, and so she decided she wanted to come in and see Papa and see what Papa was doing and see what he was watching on the computer. So she kept coming into the office. She'd come back and sit down, but then she'd get up and she'd come in again. At some point, we did lose her completely. But I was surprised by that. I thought she would be the one that would sit there and watch the movie. And then her brother, the twin, was the one I thought would get up and lose attention the quickest. Nope, I was completely wrong. He sat there the whole time. He was sitting on the couch watching the movie when he saw his mom pulling in the driveway. And he finally got up and told everybody, well, Mom's here. But he sat and watched the movie with me. Never left. Never got up. I was really surprised. It was very interesting. Anyhow, just goes to show. Yeah, never know, I guess. Yeah, never know. You think you know them, but they can fool you. But it's a cute little movie. I think it would have been beneficial for me to watch the first one first, you know. And the kids were so funny. They were like, Maui? I'm like, yeah. Do you know who, like, the actor is that does the voice? And I'm like, oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. Of course, they had to tell me, well, it's The Rock. And I'm like, oh, I know. Don't I know? Oh, and then I told them, I said, Maui was at my house the other day. And they were like, what? I said, yeah, Maui was at my house the other day. The Rock was at your house? And I was like, oh, don't I wish? And they just couldn't figure that out at first. And then finally I had to say, yeah, he was about 4 inches tall and plastic. And then they were like, it was a figure. I'm like, yes, it was a figure. Do you think The Rock is going to come to my house? As much as I would like that, The Rock is not going to come to my house. Anyhow, yeah, I've had a thing for The Rock for, well, since wrestling days, Yeah. Anyhow. Okay. I think I'm done. Done jibber jabbering. As I'm jibber jabbering to you, I see that Diamond Art Club is coming out with the mystery box again, and not just a mystery box, a clearance box. I like to call the mystery boxes clearance boxes because really that's what they are. There are a bunch of paintings that didn't sell, that they have too many of, and they need to get rid of. So the mystery boxes they've been doing are just clearance boxes. But the ones that they're coming out with, like, I don't know when they're coming out. I didn't even check into it that deeply, but they're new paintings. Never before seen. Ooh, never before seen paintings. Wow. Does that mean I'm interested? I'm going to get any? No. No, that's not what that means. No. Mm-mm. So I don't like to take my chance on things that I should not say that. I should just bite my tongue right now and take back what I just said. That I don't like to invest in things I don't know what they are. I'll do that with yarn all day long. I don't know why. I will do mystery yarn all day long. Diamond paintings, no. Nope. I don't want to do mystery diamond paintings. I want to know what I'm getting when it comes to a diamond painting. Maybe it's because I would say the cost issue. It's cheaper to get mystery yarn, but that's not always the case. I don't know. I won't do it. I just feel that I can't not like a yarn. Even if it's not like my favorite colors, it still has value. It still can be used for something. If I get a painting that I really don't like, then I just feel like I've wasted all my money. And they're fairly expensive. I mean, they're fairly expensive. Anyhow, yep. So I'm not interested. I'll just look at everybody else's stuff and be like, oh, look what they got. Isn't that cute? I don't care. I have so many diamond paintings. Not to say that I don't have a lot of yarn, because I do. Yarn takes up less space, though. Right? Yeah. Well, it does. Anyhow. All right. Do I have any more peas? Pee. No. Look, she has an eyeball. She has a eyeball. All right. I said it already once that I was done. Now I think I'm really done. But now I need to put this away and actually get up and go turn off my camera to say goodbye. Otherwise, it just keeps playing, which isn't going to help us out at all. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll be talking with you soon. Soonish. Don't forget, look at, there's one of those drills right there. Darn it all. It's a P. Go back with the P's. I don't always put them back in the bag, but I just happened to know where that bag was, so I can put it back. Otherwise, you just end up in the tray. You missed the boat. You're going in the tray. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And I will see everybody soon. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.